Hello everyone. Welcome. It's Monday 7 p.m. So it's time for another live. It's time to talk about another topic on parenting and just how can we help children in their journey of this growth and development and being present on this planet as human beings. Importance of teaching decision making skills to our children. That is the topic for today. All right. Let me ask you a question here. How many of you want your children to be happy and become successful and become contributing members of the society? See, I'm sure as parents, we definitely want our children to be happy. We definitely want them to be successful. We definitely want them to become contributing members of the society, right? The intention is perfect, but the way we go about that intention is what determines the result. All right, so now I'll be sharing with you some of the reasons why you should be teaching decision making skills to children. Okay, first of all, from when should this start? The process of decision making, I feel it should start from as early as possible. Okay, now what decision making means for a 1-year-old could be so different from what it means for an 11-year-old, but based on what they are going through, the age in which they are in, you got to allow them to take decisions. I want to stress on this word allow here. Okay, children are naturally born with the capacity to take decisions, but it's we who kind of stop them from doing so for a variety of reasons. Either we are in a hurry to do the task and just finish it off, or maybe we are afraid of failures. Okay, what if my child makes the wrong decision? Likewise, there are many reasons because of which we stop them from taking decisions, right? So from as early as possible, if you let or if you allow your children to take decisions, they grow into strong, independent individuals, right? So it could be as little as for a 1-year-old, just showing 2 dresses and asking your child to pick, right? Something very subtle. And maybe for like a 4-year-old when he's trying to read and write, okay, and wherein you sit with them to do their homework, right? And he has to write the letter A for the entire page. Generally, how do we go about it as parents? We sit with them, okay? So now he writes the A for the first time, and if it's good, we let them write for the next time. If it isn't, we ask them to erase it and rewrite. And once the first A is written properly, we move on to the next one, or we allow our child to move on to the second one, right? Like that, we finish the entire page. Now, let's approach this from a different perspective. The way I go about it, especially the way I went about this with my son when he was little, was he took the book, he took his pencil and eraser, he wrote the entire thing. Okay, I'm not there with him while he's writing it. The way you can allow decision making here is once your child writes the entire page, you can just support him or help him by asking, do you like the way you've written? Do you see that you want to erase any of this and rewrite? What are you doing in this process? You're allowing your child to make decisions whether this is right or it is wrong. You're not telling. You're making your child think about it, right? And then when he goes through the entire A's, maybe like 10-20 A's that he has written in the entire page, he might choose which he wants to erase because it's not up to the mark. He will choose on his own. He will know that, right? And he will erase it and rewrite. But if you sit with your child and get the first A right and then move on to the second one, and if it isn't, you erase, make him rewrite that, this is a lot of spoon feeding. It might sound little. What is it? It's just ABCD, right? We're just writing ABCD, big deal. When he grows, I'll allow him to take decisions on his own. It doesn't work like that. The entire process of decision making, it has to become a part of your culture. It has to become who you are. The process of allowing your children. Okay? Most of us, we take so much control that we don't let them take decisions. And then when they grow up, we constantly target them saying, you take wrong decisions, you don't take the right decisions, look at what you have done, look at what you have done. We have not allowed them in the beginning, right? So from the very beginning, just let your children choose. If he wants to play, let him choose what he wants to play. If he wants to write, let him choose what he wants to write. Let him choose when he wants to write. Now, why is this decision making, why is this important in the first place? First of all, it helps build children's confidence. Okay? Think about this. When a child starts making his own decisions, that means he starts to think. Okay? So when he starts to think, he will think X, Y, Z ways to go about one particular thing. Okay? And when he does it, if it goes well up to his expectation, then great. If it doesn't, you can always help him to try out something new. And children will definitely try something new. Remember, when children are little, they try to crawl, they try to stand up, they try to walk. Do you think just because they fall down, they ever gave up? No. Naturally, children are good decision makers. It's just our thought process that stops them from continuing to do that, right? So first of all, it's going to build a lot of stronger self-esteem, self-confidence, the entire decision making process. Okay, and secondly, it's going to help them in the problem solving methods. If one thing doesn't work, what else could I do to make it work? Okay, that is problem solving, correct? So it helps build a self-confidence, it helps in problem solving skills. And because of all this, they start feeling more powerful, right? And it's a very subtle thing which naturally happens. They start feeling more powerful. And that is important. As early as a child starts feeling that yes, he can do, he's capable of doing things, the better it is for him, it is for his self-confidence. Okay? And it instills a lot of independence as well. Otherwise, if we constantly put an habit of taking decisions for them, then it becomes a culture that they rely upon us for anything. They'll get scared to move forward. They will get scared to think on their own and decide on their own, right? So we might feel that, no, I think they are little, now they don't understand too much. Let me make decisions for them. Later, when he grows up, when he starts understanding, then let him start taking decisions on his own. Actually, it is the other way around. Only when they start taking decisions on their own, that is when they start understanding. It is not when they start understanding they will start taking decisions. No, it's the other way around. Okay? And most importantly, I think this helps manage stress levels. Now, because they are used to making mistakes and correcting their mistakes and moving forward, they will not be surprised when anything major happens to them, right? For example, if you're not letting your child take decisions for a good amount of time in the beginning years, and later you let them do that, and when they fail, because they are not used to failing, they start doubting themselves. They think, oh, whatever I think, I don't think it's going to work. I don't think I'm good at this. I don't think I should be taking decisions anymore. So that failure will be taken too seriously. So I think from the very beginning, even if your child wants to wear like two different slippers, which is not even a pair, just allow him. Okay? You can tell them once, these are two different slippers, they don't go well together. But then just allow. Let them explore the way they want to explore. See, think which is a tough one to manage. Managing two different slippers at the same time, or when they grow up they take a bigger decision and they fail big time, and then they start worrying about that, and that gets to their head and heart, and they start doubting themselves. I'm sure it's the first one. The first one is easier, right? So always allow them to take decisions from the very beginning, right? So if you want to continue your learning journey, then I want you to click the link in the description box and be a part of my closed Facebook group called Parenting with Ease, wherein you can attend the Monday lives that I do every week. All right, I'm going to see you there. Take care.